Welcome back to Fantasy Fights. This time we're going to take a look at Archie Moore and Bob Foster, two of the greatest light heavyweight champions of all time. Exciting matchup.
Scores with combinations of left stance, one straight up. North is about to drop.
As usual, before we get started, please hit the like button and subscribe. And now let's take a look at these two great fighters. Archie Moore was a light heavyweight champion from 1952 to 62. He was rather up in age when he won the title. That's what you need to kind of focus on. He was in his 40s. Incredible record, 186 victories, 23 losses, and 10 draws. Just remember, he fought the same fighters over and over and over again. It was just a different period of time in boxing history. They didn't make that much money, so a lot of times they would have to fight a couple times a month. Bob Foster had most of his losses when he moved up to the heavyweight division. Had a few losses late, but most of them were actually early when he was kind of balancing the act between the heavyweight and the light heavyweight division. He's going to have a big advantage in height and reach. And you can see his years when he was a champion from 1968 to 1974. Now let's take a look at Archie Moore in action. Here he is being introduced. He's an incredible fighter. Had a lot of competition during his period of time as a light heavyweight. Here he is with some of his knockout fights. He's not a knockout puncher. He's more of a boxer, but nonetheless, he did have power. You can see his stance is rather unusual. He's very low. Was known primarily as a defensive fighter, and you can see he did have power. Could really take a punch as well. There he is in the heavyweight division against Nino Valdez. When he got you hurt, he was going to take you out. He fought Jimmy Bivens on 5 different occasions from 45 to 51, beat him every time. He did have trouble with Ezra Charles. He lost all 3 times fighting Charles. Knocked out heavyweight, one of the top contenders, Bob Satterfield. Fought 4 fights against one of the top heavyweights, light heavyweights during that period, Harold Johnson, who later went on to be the champ. He won 3 out of 4. And in the last fight, he knocked him out. He beat heavyweight Clarence Henry in 52, won the title in 52 from Joey Maxim, defeated him again in 53 and 54, defeated Nino Valdez on 2 different occasions in 53 and 55. Nino was one of the top ranked heavyweights at the time, defeated another heavyweight contender, Bob Baker, in 54. Defended his title against Bobo Olson in 55 and lost 2 world title fights at the heavyweight division against Rocky Marciano in 55 and Floyd Patterson in 56. And here he is in action in his 14th round knockout over Harold Johnson to kind of give you an idea of just his style and how he fought. And you can see he's rather upright there, but he will go low. And here he gets knocked down by Johnson. Remember, Johnson, in my 3rd generation, is ranked number 10 in the heavyweights. So he's an outstanding fighter, and he was around for a long time, but did eventually win, after Archie retired, did win the light heavyweight title against Willie Pastrone. And here is Moore going for the knockout. KO's his man.
Red trunks, he weighs 173 and a quarter. The challenger, Bob Foster.
We're going to show you in slow motion. The left immediately by Foster. Oh! Foster got him and sent him reeling back, and Bob is in now to try for the kill. He has him in the corner directly above us.
Oaks against DePaula. And that is, we've got 55 seconds left to go on the round. It's all over.
Is good with either hand. The left hook, the clubbing right to the body or to the head. Foster's best is his jab and his left hook. 1 minute to go. 10 seconds left in this round. Over Foster's head. Tiger is down. Tiger down.
Hard left jabs. Beautifully good.
Tries to open this up, he could well find a lot of trouble. Oh, there's the right hand. In Finnegan's case, it's the right eye that gives him trouble. There's the right hand, and Finnegan very nearly went there, and if those ropes hadn't been there to hold him up, he's put there by the right hand. It's down the left-hand side of his face underneath. He is determined to go looking for Foster. Which has been opened up by lesser fighters than Foster. Left and a right. Finnegan swayed away, but he was knocked away as well. Tremendous performances by Finnegan. Finnegan bleeding from the nose, but giving as good as he's getting. Foster's piling it on, but the harder he puts it in, so the harder Finnegan fights back, but Finnegan is taking a lot. Round 8, and it's not a good one for Finnegan, but he's game. Foster's got just 2 rounds here. Very nearly put down there by another savage attack, and he goes, and this is probably the finish.
We're going to take a look at the strengths and weaknesses of both fighters. First, Archie Moore. You can see the fighters he defeated there on the left-hand side. He had an incredible chin, very durable. He was considered a defensive genius. He kept his chin tucked behind his shoulder, hard to get a good shot at. He was tough. Hit combinations, tremendous head movement. If he had a weakness, it possibly was his limited foot speed. Foster, just kind of a freak of nature, really, for the light heavyweight division. He had a tremendous reach, strong jab, incredible power for a man his size. And his left hook was deadly. Weakness, he's slightly built, fair defensive skills, little head movement, and relied a great deal on his size and reach. As always, we're going to take a look at the comparison chart. And you can see at the hand speed, really no great difference there. Boxing ability, I think you'd have to go with Archie Moore being the better boxer. KO power, I think you'd have to agree, as strong as Moore was, I think Foster had more power. Chin, Moore had the better chin. Size, He was 6'3". Foster was a towering figure for the light heavyweight division. Defense, Moore was a better defensive fighter. And endurance, really no advantage. Both of them were well-conditioned athletes. Adaptability, I think you'd have to go with Archie Moore in that area. He adapted well to his opponent. Foster wasn't going to change much. Foot speed, neither one of them are going to have real high rankings in that area. Strength, both of them were very strong. Jab, although Foster had a longer jab, I wouldn't say it was substantial. Cuts, no advantage. Reach, Foster had the better reach. And body attack, it's going to be an advantage for Archie Moore. Our totals, very close, 5-3-6. All right, now we're going to take a look at the keys to the fight. Foster is very long with a good jab and length. Will Moore be able to overcome this disadvantage? Will Moore be able to get inside and use his body attack? Will his low weaving offensive attack prove to be difficult for Foster to solve? Both have some very tough obstacles to overcome to be successful in this fight. Moore has an incredible chin, which he has displayed throughout his career. Who do you see winning the fight? Here's the fight results. I see Foster trying to control the fight with his jab and keep his distance from Moore. Moore is coming in low, trying to avoid the jab and mount his own offensive attack. Both are having success to some extent. Whose style will prevail? That's the question. As the fight progresses, Foster is having difficulty deterring Moore's attack. Foster has an early lead in the fight, and Moore comes on and takes the middle rounds. In the last 2 rounds, the fight is there to be won or lost by either fighter. Moore's inside attack gains him a 6-5-1 decision. Now let's look at explaining the results, how I came up with the results. I don't see either fighter having a big advantage, and both have unusual styles which carried them to success. Moore was much more successful against the heavyweight competition during his career. Foster was knocked out by Terrell, Ali, and Frazier. Of course, there's no shame in that. I see Moore having a more durable chin and strength inside, giving him a small advantage in the fight. Foster would have a difficult time landing a haymaker on Moore because of his defensive strengths. Do you agree or disagree? Please let me know. Sign up for alerts and subscribe, and please comment. As always, thank you for watching. Please hit the subscribe and like button. Thanks again.